Now, Mr. Harris, what do you think of our island now?
Oh, it's beautiful. Almost unreal.
What are those drums? That fisherman told me this afternoon that there would be a sacrifice tonight.
Sacrifice? Nonsense. In your cosmopolitan cities, when you want to enjoy yourself, you go to a nightclub. Even in your small towns, you have bars and movies and dances. Well, here on the island, when the natives want to have fun, they beat on drums and dance. They beat on drums and dance.
Well, why do they call this island Voodoo Island?
Any voodoo that's practiced on this island today is quite harmless, I assure you.
Oh, really? Mr. Bentley, I noticed that you had quite an interesting library.
Oh, yes, that's one of my hobbies.
I was wondering if you minded if I browsed around a while.
Not at all. Help yourself anytime. You'll excuse me. I'm afraid I have to be in the fields rather early in the morning.
And I to my laboratory.
Voodoo Island. They beat on drums and dance. Voodoo Island.
Anyone for nightcap,
Not for me. I feel slightly dizzy as it is.
I'm game if you are, honey.
Okay, cutie.
Care to take a walk?
Okay. But I warn you, I've studied jujitsu.
Oh, look at that moon.
That's nice. Whoops. Bread and butter.
Don't you ever get lonely with no other young people down here?
Sometimes. But I paint. And I swim. If only I could get my father to leave this island.
Why? Is there something wrong? Maybe I can help.
If only you could.
What's happened?
That's what I'd like to find out. We were out there walking in the garden when three of these creatures with the eyes jumped on us.
Three of them? I had no idea the natives were using the drug so extensively. Now, I think it might be best if all of us tried to get some sleep.
Mr. Bentley, perhaps you could answer one question first.
Well, I'll try, but I'm not sure I know what's going on right under my nose.
Well, these men or creatures or things or whatever they are murdered a man this afternoon and tried to kill me. Tonight, they did everything possible to kidnap Janine. Now, why? What do they want?
Oh, I don't pretend to know the subtlety of these people's religion. I don't think any outsider does. Here. Why these creatures want Janine? I can only guess. My guesses frighten me. This book was written by a the foremost experts on voodooism in the world. Now, in it, he tells the story of a medical missionary in Africa whose daughter was killed by the local tribe. Yes, here it is. Dr. Jacobson had been treating the natives for a disease which they'd been stricken with for some time. So many of them were dying that they were willing to try anything. All the young virgins of the tribe had been sacrificed to their god, Umbella Owita. The only girl left was Dr. Jacobson's blonde daughter. One night, the son of the tribe's chief was stricken with the disease. The chief had the blonde girl sacrificed and his son recovered. The tribe believed that the sacrifice of the young blonde girl had saved the boy's life. Now I know descendants of that tribe are the natives on this island.
Voodoo Island?
They were brought here by the slave traders centuries ago.
You mean to tell me that the natives on this island today still believe they can avoid a catastrophe by sacrificing a young blonde virgin, in this case Janine?
It seems to fit.
Well, can't you put a stop to this? Don't you have any control over your own people?
Mr. Harris, these people have had their superstitions for centuries. Now, you can't expect them to drop them in a matter of decades.
I thought you said, Mr. Bentley, earlier this evening that the voodoo practiced on this island was harmless.
I don't know.